Good morning, students. Today I am here with a new story, Golu Grows a Nose, and this is chapter 5 from the book An Alien Hand. So, the story Golu Grows a Nose is regarding a little baby elephant Golu that has a bulgy nose. Golu lived at a time when elephants were without trunks. Furthermore, Golu was a curious baby elephant who had a lot of questions. Gulu was interested in particular about knowing crocodiles and their eating habits. Finally, Golu meets a crocodile who asks Golu to come close to the river. The crocodile then takes advantage of the opportunity and catches Golu by the nose. The crocodile then pulls Golu in and tries to eat him. A python tries to help Golu to help him escape from the crocodile grip. However, something remarkable happened during this struggle. So, during this intense struggle of pulling and pushing, the nose of Golu grows very long. Ultimately, Golu comes to realize the dangers of trusting strangers. What is the meaning of stranger? Whom we are not familiar with. Okay. Moreover, he also learns about the benefits of having a long nose. So, let's start the chapter. Long, long ago, the elephant had no trunk. He had only a bulgy nose as big as a boot. He could wiggle it from side to side, but couldn't pick up things with it. There was a baby elephant called Golu. He too had no trunk but only a bulgy nose. As small as a boot, Golu was full of questions. He asked his tall aunt, the ostrich, "Why don't you ever fly like other birds?" Then he asked his tall uncle, the giraffe, "What makes your skin so spotty?" He asked the huge uncle, the hippopotamus, "Why are your eyes always so red?" He asked his hairy uncle, the baboon, "Why do melons taste like melons?" The ostrich, the giraffe, the hippopotamus, and the baboon had no answer to Golu questions. Golu is a naughty baby, they said. He asks such difficult questions. Okay. So, at a long time ago, elephants were devoid of trunks. Okay. They did not have any trunk. What kind of nose did they have earlier? They had bulgy nose. What is the meaning of bulgy? Swollen or curving outwards, little outwards. Okay. Just like a boot. Boot means shoe. And elephants could wiggle it from side to side, means they could move their nose from side to side, upwards and downwards only, but they could not pick up anything with such short nose. Understand? There was a baby elephant called Golu. He too had no trunk. So there was a little baby elephant. His name was Golu, and he did not have longer trunks. What kind of nose did he have? He had also bulgy kind of nose. Understand, like a small boot. But Gulu was very curious to know about so many things, new things. He had so many questions. Understand? So once he asked his tall aunt ostrich that why doesn't he fly like other birds? As you know that an ostrich can fly a very little. Okay, so he asked why doesn't he fly like other birds. Then he asked his tall uncle the giraffe, why does he have spotty skin? Then another question he asked to his huge uncle hippopotamus, that why his eyes are always so red. Okay, and then next question he asked to hairy uncle the baboon. Baboon is kind of ape, that why do melons taste like melons? So you can see what kind of questions he asked to all these animals. So all these animals, ostrich, the giraffe, and the hippopotamus, baboon, all they considered Golu a very naughty baby as he asked very difficult questions to them. Okay. Now, one day Golu met the manna, bird sitting in the middle of a bush, and he asked her, "What does the crocodile have for dinner?" The manna said, "Go to the banks of the great grassy Limpopo River and find out." Golu went home. He took 100 sugar canes, 50 dozen bananas, and 25 melons. Then he said to his family, "Goodbye, I'm going to the great grassy Limpopo River. I will find out what the crocodile has for dinner." He had never seen a crocodile and did not know what one looked like. Okay. He met a python and asked him, "Have you ever seen a crocodile? What does he look like? What does he have for dinner?" The python uncoiled himself from the branch of tree but said nothing. Golu politely helped him to coil around the branch again and said goodbye to him. So you can see on meeting a manna, Golu again asked question about a crocodile. Okay, what does he eat? How does he look like? All these. And most noteworthy, Gulu had no experience of a crocodile. He had never seen a crocodile ever in his life. He had never before seen a crocodile and had no idea about its diet. That what does a crocodile consume? Okay. So consequently, Golu began to grow more and more curious regarding the crocodiles and their eating habits. Okay. In order to search for the answer, Gulu decided to visit the great Limpopo River with a lot of eatables stuff due to the advice or on the advice of given by the Mena. Understand who gave him advice to go Limpopo River to find out his answer? The Mena. So on her advice, he left for the Limpopo River with lot of food stuff. Okay. So what happened now? On his way, when he was moving towards the Limpopo River, he met Python. And again, he asked Python the same crocodile question, but received no answer from the crocodile. Understand? But here, I would like to mention one thing. However, the Python decided to quietly follow Golu. This would turn out to be very important decision as we would find out later on. Understand? So you can see that he met Python and he asked several questions to Python, but he did not get any answer of his questions from the Python. Understand? Now, Golu moved on eating sugar canes, bananas, and melons. After a few days, he reached the very edge of the great grassy Limpopo River. On the bank of the river, he saw a log of wood. It was really the crocodile who winked at him. "Excuse me," said Golu, "have you ever seen a crocodile?" The crocodile winked again and lifted half his tail uh, out of the mud. "Come here, little one," said the crocodile. "Why do you ask such questions? I want to know. Come close, little one, for I am the crocodile." And he shed crocodile tears to show it was quite true. Gulu was afraid, but he sat down on the bank and said, "You are the very person I was looking for. Please tell me what you have for dinner." "Come here, little one, and I will whisper the answer to you," said the crocodile. Gulu put his head down close to the crocodile's snout, and the crocodile caught him by the nose. "I think," said the crocodile, "today a baby elephant will be my dinner. Let me go. You are hurting me." "Mr. Crocodile," screamed Golu. The python, who had been quietly following Gulu, came to the bank and said, "If you do not pull as hard as you can, the crocodile will drag you into the stream." So finally, Golu reached the river On reaching the river, Golu noticed a big log of wood. As it turns out, this log of wood was actually the crocodile. Understand? And there he saw the crocodile, but not knowing who it was, okay, Golu asked him if he knew where the crocodile was. The crocodile winked at Golu and introduced himself as the one whom Golu was looking for. Golu then put his question to the crocodile, asking him what he had for dinner. Okay, the crocodile asks Golu to come closer to him, so that he could whisper the answer into Golu's ear. As Golu put his head close to the crocodile caught him by the nose. Okay, Golu began to scream and beg the crocodile to let him go. The python tried to guide Golu by telling him that he must pull himself as hard as possible, else the crocodile would pull him into the stream. Understand? So, actually, what happened here? When Golu went near the crocodile quickly grabbed him by the nose. Okay. And the crocodile then decided to consume Golu as his dinner. Okay. And watching all this, the python came to help Golu. The python told Golu to pull hard. Now begin the struggle of pushing and pulling between the crocodile and Golu. Understand? The now next paragraph. Golu sat on his little haunches and pulled and pulled. The crocodile slipped into the water, making it all creamy with great sweeps of his tail, and he also pulled and pulled. Then the python coiled himself round Golu's stomach and said, "Let's pull harder." Golu dug in all his four legs in the mud and pulled. The nose kept on stretching. At each pull, the nose grew longer and longer, and it hurt Golu. The nose was now 5 feet long, but it was free at last. Golu sat down with his nose wrapped up in a big banana leaf and hung it in the great grassy Limpopo River to cool. Golu sat there for 2 days, waiting for his nose to cool and to shrink. It grew cool, but it didn't shrink. At the end of the second day, a fly came and stung Golu on the shoulder. Golu lifted his long nose and with it hit the fly dead. Advantage number one, hissed the python. You couldn't have done it with a small nose. Try and eat a little now. Gulu put out his trunk and plucked a large bundle of grass. He dusted it against his forelegs and stuffed it into his mouth. Advantage number two. Here's the python. You couldn't have done it with a small nose. Don't you think the sun is too hot now? Okay. Meaning of this page. Now Golu pulled himself harder and harder. He sat on his haunches, little haunches, by the side of the river. What is the meaning of haunches? Means he sat cross-legged and tried to pull himself uh, towards the python, okay, in order to save himself from the grip of crocodile, his nose from the grip of the crocodile, okay. And in action, the crocodile too dragged Golu harder into the stream. The python too coiled himself around Golu's stomach and tried to help Golu. Okay. In the act of pulling, however, Golu's nose kept stretching and grew longer and longer. It began to hurt Golu. Finally, Golu freed himself, but his nose was now 5 feet longer. Understand? Then Golu wrapped his nose in a big banana leaf and hung it in the great grassy Limpopo River to cool it. He kept waiting for 2 days for his nose to cool and shrink. However, his nose only cooled but did not get shrunk. A fly sat on Golu's shoulder. Golu lifted his long nose and with it hit the fly. Okay, Golu hit the fly. And it means Golu killed the fly too. Python immediately pointed out to this that he could not have done this with a small nose. Okay, so having a long nose was an advantage. When Python asked Golu to eat something, Golu plucked a large bundle of grass with his long nose. The python pointed it out as the second advantage of the long nose since it was too hot. Okay, you know, now the next page. Golu scooped up some mud from the bank and slapped it on his head. Advantage number two. Here's the python. You couldn't have done it with a small nose. Thank you, Mr. Python, said Golu gratefully. I will remember all this and now I will go back to my family. Understand? Now, meaning of this paragraph. So, the python counted two advantages of having longer nose. Okay. So, since it was too hot, Golu scooped some mud using his nose. What is the meaning of scoop? Scoop means to dig out with a nose. Okay, with his trunk. What is the meaning of scooped here? Scoop means to dig out something with something. But here he did it with his nose. Okay. So Golu scooped some mud using his nose and slapped it on his head when he felt hot. And to this, the python told Golu that this was the third advantage of having a longer nose. Hearing all this, Golu expressed his gratitude towards the python and said that he would remember all of this. And then he reiterated thanks to python. Thus, Golu went back to his family. Understand? So, the story tells us that curiosity, although useful, can lead to disastrous consequences also. So, at last, Golu learns not only about the dangers of trusting strangers, but also about the advantages of having a long nose. Okay, so what is the moral of the story? That curiosity can lead to dangerous experiences, but experience is also the best teacher. Okay, at the end of the day, all is well that ends well. So that's all about the chapter or the story Golu Grows a Nose. Thank you so much.